Hello and welcome to the Fukaries. My name is Travis Singh, and today I just wanted to catch up with you guys. It's like December 11th or December the 12th or something like that. Uh, I think the last time we did an episode of the Fukaries, we was somewhere the end of November, Thanksgiving, something like that. But basically, since then, tensions in Venezuela have escalated. Issues with Colombia, having issues with the U.S. Uh, taking actions in the Caribbean Sea, which is pretty much out of the jurisdiction unless they claim it's a war. And I guess this is a war on drugs again, which we know how that last war on drugs turned out. So, we're still going through that nonsense, whether it's the actions are illegitimate, illegal, or the whole administration is illegitimate and illegal. Um, so we're like over here at that point right now, and forgive me, I got this video game headset on because I'm gonna go back to playing video games after this. You guys know I do be gaming. Please check out the playlist, like, share, subscribe. It's just like an ambient video games playlist. Just watch all the video games in the playlist, and you'll just have something to do while you're doing nothing like cleaning or cooking or I don't know, washing clothes, doing homework, whatever you're doing, and you just want something going on in the background to hear some noise, so you can. Some people I heard that helps to focus better, but whatever. Uh, yeah, so there's been quite a few developments in the world, um, and things we don't normally talk about, or I don't normally talk about, but we need to. There's advancements in cancer research, advancements in fixing your teeth enamel, um, which try to get to the dentist every so often, brush twice a day, floss, do those type of things, use some mouthwash, and do it properly. However they say they instruct you to do it, do it. You only have so much mouth time in life, and you got to keep it pretty. Um, but yeah, there's so many advancements in health and science. Uh, there's vehicles they're trying to run on water again. There's China trying to build some type of buildings on the moon with the robots that are drones or whatever. So that's pretty cool. China actually did another thing. I think they have a robot factory, like a humanoid robot factory, kicking and doing all kinds of stuff. I think it's called Engine AI. But that looks pretty promising. If you have to have like a whole force of humanoid uh, robots that need to interact with some kind of environment, or maybe combat against other humanoid robots or actual humans or animals or whatever. Instead of you going to fight a bear or net a large animal or something, let's send the robots to do it. Or you gonna go fight a war, let's send the robots to do it. And I think that's what China's looking at. Or even when you have to explore a space or mine a planet or the moon or something like that to get resources, having uh, you know connectivity and good enough signal between the Earth and the surrounding, the nations on the Earth. Uh, I think on some video before or somewhere, maybe one of the video game, but I was videos I was talking about. China has these clippers to cut the internet cables underneath the ocean floor between countries and continents. So like maybe they're gonna be trying to build like a communication station that's very very hard to get to and destroy because of the new AI processing and the needs that's going to cater to, as far as governments and businesses and even whole cities are going to run on these automated processes. So right now, the fight to either hinder other people's information developments and technological advancements is kind of like a silent war going on right now, where they're like, hey, we're gonna lessen the capabilities of one nation or the other, whether it's China or India, Brazil, Russia, America, Canada, France, Britain, Australia. Many of these countries are also advancing their naval technology. They're seafaring warfare. They're trying to make sure that they have adequate sonar, radar, overhead flying capabilities, going higher and higher to where it's undetectable. And it's always what you can't see is what you got to worry about. Like, damn, what are they doing with that, right? So we got quite a bit of stuff in development right now in the world, because there is like some kind of war going on. There's always a war going on, right? But yeah, as far as AI going, and always I'm going in all these different tangents, but as far as AI going on, you got to worry about. Some of you have probably already heard about the AI slop, which is just like, you taking a picture of your hand and all of a sudden you have like 6 fingers and it's not you. It's just the AI making the assumption this is what the thing you're describing in the prompt looks like. And a lot of people who I've talked to, they said, hey, we're just training the AI to think like us, and then eventually they're gonna assimilate that into something maybe unique to AI. And then a lot of it is unique to AI, the way they reproduce what you tell it to do or what you prompt it to say. Um, Actually, if you check my stepdad's YouTube, uh, and if you want to know it, just message me or comment me. I'll tell you what it is. But he has so many AI songs ever since I put him on to this one website called Udio, Udio for AI music. They make a lot of music. You have to view other people's stuff to get credit on there, and then you can produce your own songs. And if they listen to it and they give it a like, you get credits as well. And you continue to produce your own songs. And about a year or so ago, it was free. You could download your own music on your computer or your phone or whatever. Now you got to pay for it as the AI has developed a little bit more, and the business models have scaled up to accommodate larger clientele. Um, AI is going to be very profitable for a lot of people. Uh, the hit music producer Timbaland, famous for songs with Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, Nelly Furtado, Justin Timberlake. Um, who's some people that be like, it's too late to apologize. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, but they have all these. He has all these hits under his belt. One of the foremost hip hop producers of the late '90s, early 2000s. Timbaland, he's got an AI artist right now. You heard the bells in the back, the wind chimes. Those are my brothers. He put those there. Um, I don't like him, so nah. It's all right. It sounds peaceful sometimes, right? Um, and also, speaking of peace, make some time for peace in your life, peace with your home, peace with you, and the critters around your yard. Even if you got the roaches, just be at peace with them for a little while. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you go today. I'm gonna come back and get you. Maybe a couple days at the end of the year, the new year, something like that. But let's just try to be at peace. If you don't have to kill nothing, don't kill nothing. If you don't have to have an argument, don't have an argument. If you don't have to confront nothing, don't confront it. Just enjoy yourself for the holidays, because like sometimes you don't know what this new year is gonna bring. Like I think about, once again with this AI stuff, like it's probably gonna get good enough where like you're gonna see a video of me or somebody and you're gonna be like, dang, is that him? No, that's not him. One of the people I follow online extensively, and probably a lot of these influencers, whether they're center focused, the left, right, whatever they are, they're capable of being very influential, but also their words can manipulate a mass amount of people. However many followers they have, they can be, if they get the wrong message out of those lips, that face. All right, they play that card. If somebody's playing that card out there, and it's AI, you're at risk of, being impersonated. Somebody using your reputation for good, bad, whatever, who knows. But you don't want to be impersonated by other properties, other people. Maybe maybe it could be social media, it could be YouTube and Facebook, and all of these guys. Just they have your voice, your mannerisms. Like I play wrestling, so on one of my games, WWE 2K20, anywhere from 22 or 23 and up, basically I put my face in there and I make my character so my character looks exactly like me. Um, the Sunshine State. Shouts out to Florida. If you're in Florida and you're watching, holla at me. If you're in Port St. Lucie, Florida, let me just take a moment to uh, give a big up to Tacos Ponchos. It's a Mexican street food restaurant here in Port St. Lucie off of Gatlin Road. They have helped me out so much in the last year when I broke my hand and had my injury, so please check them out. They're a great restaurant. Tacos Ponchos on Gatlin Road. Most of these places are on Gatlin Road, but because it's close to where I was, and I was passing out flyers and helping doing some street level marketing for a couple of these places. But Tacos Ponchos on Gatlin Road. Tacos Ponchos, a Mexican street food restaurant. They are one of the people that helped me out so much. They basically paid me to pass out flyers and some small advertising. Also, Tiki EV, electric vehicles. They do golf carts, electric batteries, lithium ion transitions for boats and golf carts if you need to switch them over to the power source. They do the electric bikes, electric tricycles. They have a variety of name brands from Velotric, Happy Run, I think Jupiter e-bikes, and the list goes on. As well as for the luxury golf carts, they started like $9 grand. Sorry, $999, whatever, about 10 grand, right? And you get a really nice golf cart. A lot of these people around the way here in Port St. Lucie are riding around these golf carts, so if you get a chance, check out Tiki EV. They're right here on Gatlin Road, in the Bay areas behind Savage before the Home Depot. Tiki EV, you can check them out on Google. The same for Tacos Ponchos. Also, Ahai Peruvian restaurant. Another one of my best customers. They make some really good South American cuisine. No doubt they got great rice and beans, but they also have ceviche. They have a happy hour between 5 and 6, or 5 and 7, something like that. They've got great tapas. What else? They have some really great Peruvian style Chinese food, is what I would call it. So yeah, High Peruvian cuisine right there on Gatlin, after Savona on the right hand side, if you're in the Port St. Lucie area. And also, all these restaurants and places, you can mention my name, Travis, and they do give you a slight discount. Tiki EV actually gives me a small commission, so if you do buy an e-bike, I appreciate it, or a golf cart, I do appreciate it. Who else do I also, Bayshore Used Tire, Mr. Gary, thank you out there. He gave me some cards to pass out recently, appreciate that. And then who else do I do business with? There's a couple people I do some business with out here, and if I haven't listed you, maybe I haven't seen you in quite a while. But thank you guys for supporting me in the area on my mission to, have a YouTube channel and be somewhat informative to the people around the world, if not just in my immediate vicinity. So thank you guys very much for that. I appreciate it. And also, go out, support some small business. The big businesses already got money. Okay, go out and support some small business. Go buy yourself an e-bike from my friend Jason. Oh, that's what I forgot. PSL Water Guy. Talk to Josh. Josh is the guy. He hooks you up with reverse osmosis, and they also refill the salt and change out any little issues you have mechanically with your water system, so that you get soft water, reverse osmosis water, a very clean drinking water. And they're always on the job. Jason and Josh are actually right next to each other in the same. Oh, I almost dropped the phone. They're actually right next to each other in the same building. And just like I said, support some small business. Who else do we got going on here? And I think that's about it. There are a couple more businesses in the area. Oh yeah, yeah, Peace Ave. Um, Peace Ave. I don't know what they are. The store, the Peace Ave over here on Gatlin as well. Uh, they also let me leave some flyers and some again. Almost dropped it again. They actually let me leave some flyers and stuff, some materials in their store. There's also Kinfolk's Chicken, also on Gatlin. Um, I forget the name. I want to say it's Classic Cuts Barbershop on Gatlin Road. Anyway, there's a barbershop over there in the new plaza. But anyways, as I was saying before, uh, yeah, you can be impersonated by AI. AI can, maybe destroy even your business. So it's pretty good to have some definite tricks to combat that in the future to make sure people are dealing with you. I mean, I've been fooled by email before, catfishing, all those things. So I can imagine AI is even more fundamentally scary to be tricked by it. Um, and not just AI too. Uh, it's the industry of AI is in sort of a bubble, and I believe AOC had brought this up one time where it's like these companies, Nvidia and whoever else, they keep reinvesting in one another, so that it looks like they're doing good on paper, but it's kind of like I don't know, it's something not too right about that, where they just keep reinvesting in one another instead of actually showing a real profit. They're not getting a genuine profit from it. They're showing a profit from them investing in each other every time their margins go up. So they're taking their wins and investing it right back into the other companies so that they can go back and forth and just kind of play with people's money. They're just playing the market, I would assume. And maybe it's a grander scheme that I can't understand yet, but I think that's not right. And I'm glad that AOC brought that up. That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a representative from Queens and that area. Um, so yeah, I mean, and along with that, the charges from electricity, it's trickling down. The cost is trickling down to the consumers. So even if the AI is doing good or whatever it is, it wasn't supposed to cost the consumers anything. That wasn't what was advertised. And America's doing a lot of false advertising as far as being like off-brand lately. I mean, that goes down to like arresting and deporting U.S. citizens and everything. But yeah, but AI can basically it's gonna impersonate your face, your looks, your speech patterns, your voice, and it's very alarming. So it kind of puts a lot of different people in danger too, like the elderly. Like my mom, sometimes she'll see like a picture or on a reel or a video online. She's just scrolling like so many of us do, and she'll see like somebody being arrested or somebody being killed, and she'll be like, oh my god, they just arrested such and such, or they just killed such and such. And I'm like, no mom, that's an AI. You can tell by how this looks or whatever. Certain things you can see because if you're sharp enough, but some of this AI looks like crazy. Like I said, like my wrestling created a character, it looks just like me, and I'm like, dang, it looks like me. But luckily I've gotten a little older. Maybe I don't look so great anymore, but yeah, my character looks spot on. Now, one I had made even looked better, but like, I guess I don't have that game anymore. But yeah, you gotta watch out for this AI. You gotta prepare your loved ones for it. How to figure it out. Like I have a friend, and I don't know if it's a real song he's listening to, but till this day, because I heard it like a couple times in the last couple of months, and I'm like, dude, that's not Michael Jackson. That's not a real Michael Jackson song, but he swears it is. And I'm like, I have listened to Michael Jackson my entire life. This is the first time I heard this shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It sounds like Michael Jackson, but this is the thing about AI. It makes me uncomfortable because it's not real. And going back to the music my stepfather makes on the I think he uses Suno now, not Udio, but he's like, oh yeah, I made like 4,000 songs, and they all sound very similar in the lyrics. Sometimes it's in Spanish, sometimes it's in English, but all the lyrics are pretty much the same. Like he's walking through the desert, he hits the train tracks, and he's always talking about his life. He's like born 19 late 50s, early 60s, and all of his songs are kind of like the same. But he's like, I got like 3 or 4 thousand songs, and all different. Some are like a hip hop version or a reggaeton version. Some is like a rock and roll version. Some of it sounds like Creed. Some of it sounds like Elvis Presley. Some of it sounds like, he's like, oh yeah, I made a salsa version of the same song. He's like, yeah, this is jamming. I'm like, and not that I'm the most creative, person on the world, in the world. Um, it just bugs me, like people with absolutely no creativity can now just come in here and be like, let me make a hit song for you, and they do. They end up making something that sounds catchy. Like there's a couple times I just stepped in there and I did a couple things, and I'm like, oh well, here you go. And then this song came out, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. And I have a UDO, so I can prove that if you want to see it. I'll see if I can post some of the UDO songs on here on another day. But yeah, man, this AI, it gives talent to the talentless, and even for kids too. It's like they can cheat in the homework and not retain any of the knowledge or the experience how to gain this knowledge or how to look for it or how to, so I hate to use the word interpret it, but it is how sometimes you have to interpret it or perceive the information, the data, the knowledge that you are ingesting, and understanding it and the concept of it, and what the I forget what the word is, but where you're getting your perception from. So like the context. I'm in my mind. I'm like, what am I thinking about? But yeah, what context are you reading things out of? And AI has sometimes issues presenting that, and some of the AI too. Don't mind me. Now I have notes, everybody. Printed notes. Some of the AI is biased, I think. If not, like, its creators might be a little bit racist. Let's just go ahead and say that. So you're gonna get information that's not necessarily from your perspective, but it's just I feel like it's genuinely good information, good, actual facts. But then sometimes it's a little skewed or biased towards one way, or say like the AI that talks back to you, like on Microsoft, what's it called, Copilot. She tries to, or it tries to avoid certain certain contexts and certain perceptions of certain topics, whether it be civil rights or social justice or some historical. If you ask it the questions in a certain way, and once again, I think you are training the AI, so it's funny to see how that kind of works out. And not everyone can detect the fakes. Not everyone, can do it or has the time to see if something is fake or real or whatever. Because in an emergency situation, if somebody calls you up and be like, oh yeah, Dad, I'm being held hostage, I need your help, you need to send like $500 right now, and if that's the real situation or that's a fake situation, and somebody just used your voice from you answering a phone call where nobody picks up, which a lot of that is happening lately. This last year, I've been getting a lot of hang up phone calls or phone calls where nobody picks up the phone, and I believe that's like AI just trying to get our voice or something like that to copy. I don't know. I think there's a lot of scamming going on since this administration came on, because they're corrupt as all hell. I already see that on TV. If you want to debate me about it, I don't debate. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. They're corrupt as all shit. Anyways, so yeah, not just AI. Palantir is using AI to look for people, to monitor people, look where your vehicle is going, taking pictures here and there, recording a phone call here and there. I think you have like 6 months for a subpoena. I don't know if that thing has changed, if they have to subpoena your phone for records or some shit like that, but I don't have anything cool on my phone besides this recordings anyway. And Oh yeah, it's like it's the end of the year, fall, about to be winter. Around now is when I like to plant some onions, some garlic, some scallions, uh, maybe some rosemary and thyme and stuff like that. Because I really want to make some more seasoning. And if I can figure out some stuff to plant, I'm definitely gonna plant it. I got some new plants growing out here. I wasn't too sure, but I think maybe in the week we'll take a little tour of the garden, and I'll take that picture with the Google where it tells you what plants you have, so I can be scientifically accurate. Right? Won't that be cool? So, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And the next thing too, and I should have probably got to this a little bit sooner, is the crypto stuff, right? Like they're on top of 1,500 January 6ers being pardoned, which is the most ever in history of a president pardoning people, which they think they need to regulate now. There's a lot of regulation need to be done, but crypto itself, Melania's crypto is failing. I think Trump's crypto is failing. It means the value is going down, even though they're getting a lot of people to invest. Their values are going down, but they're also pardoning criminals associated with this type of industry, crypto and Bitcoin and stuff like that. So they're trying to basically, I think, anytime there's one of these social gatherings, these dinners or these balls, this is them using the position of the president and control of the Congress and the Senate and influence in the stock market to then go in and have people invest in their businesses versus working for the American people, working for the American infrastructure, working for the American military, working for the American children, working for the American uh, values we're supposed to uphold. They're just working for their own paycheck, for their own money, for their own wealth to go up, and that is not right. They're doing it on our dime too, on our dime, on our time. Trump has spent 24% of his time golfing. It's costed us, I don't know how many millions. Um, Vance has gone on like $40 million worth of vacations with his family, with whatever. He's supposed to be working for us. What happened? Um, Christy Noem has bought a $175 million jet to go back and forth to whatever the hell she does. Play dress up, I guess. Uh, Human from the Border Patrol, Human, whatever his name, Tom Human, whatever. He's got a 50 grand. He was taking bribes from contractors to build, I think, the ICE detainment centers or something like that. And there's a lot of that going on too. So there's multiple rounds of corruption. But the thing with the cryptocurrency is that we're trying to make sure that Trump doesn't use the Supreme Court to make some law where it's like cryptocurrency is the main money of the country now. If you don't use it, you have to give up all your cash, all your earnings, all your bank account, and only use crypto. What if that happens? Maybe I could just be going way, way left here, but I think they want to be right about having you use their form of money so that once again, like the US government before, the Federal Reserve before, they control who prints the money, who makes the money, who makes the value. We don't want that again. I don't think we want that. Like, we already have the system where I think you have to be based on gold or silver or copper, or diamonds or something, platinum or something. But they are trying to push their form of currency, and that is not good. So beware of that. I don't know how far we got to go with that, but I think they're trying to make sure that their form of currency is the only currency, and I don't want to be beholden to some cyber digital currency that might go out if the sun has a solar flare on the wrong day, or some genius computer hacker, cyber hacker, just decides to say, hey, you're broke today, everybody else is broke today, and only he's rich, and now all of a sudden you can't get your stuff. They tell you, hey, it's like that guy who lost his microchip in the trash, or lost his Bitcoin password, he can't get his money. I don't want to hear nothing like that. So we're going to keep it how we have it. I feel that's how I want it. um you know uh and then what it is too is people's life savings are at risk. people's well-being, and basically like the technology has to be regulated, adequately, sufficiently, in every state. It's got to have um, public input, public discourse about it. Like if they really want to be legitimate about cryptocurrency and AI, and it's going to be used by everybody, it needs to be regulated by everybody, or by a good amount of representatives from every walk of life, so that people aren't misrepresented, people's integrity is upheld, their dignity is respected. Because AI is not just corruptible, it's not just used by good and bad people. It's something that can cause us a lot of issues going forward, especially in the places where people aren't as advanced to know what's going to hit them. And also too, when the technology starts to become more advanced, I don't want like this thing to just decide, hey, it's going to take over the car while you're driving and lock you out of the system, and you just go wherever your kidnapper wants you to come to, or your robber or your killer or whatever it is, if they want to use AI in that way. So we've got to really regulate it and keep track of it, and have human beings monitor it and be paid well to monitor it. So that might be another industry coming up, I think, is AI monitoring, where you can keep a human being in the driver's seat, and also compartmentalize AI operations, whether it's for business or medical or education, or maybe you run a zoo, or you're overlooking the ocean and its pollution, or if somebody's messing with those underwater cables for the internet, or how much energy AI costs the taxpayers, and if there are subsidies and refunds that can be given to taxpayers, or basically have good reason to make businesses pay their fair share of taxes. So all those things got to come into play with the AI revolution, with the cryptocurrency, and maybe a lot of those things are going to be tied together, crypto and AI, as we go forward. But also, I'd like to tell you guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out my profile if you'd like to support the channel, or just leave a message in the comments. If you have any questions or comments, please leave the comments, questions, or critiques. I know my show is not always that